Hey everyone, it's Mona here, Craft Clutch, and it's Monday, so that means it's Make Something Monday. First off, I want to show you this is my new background where I'm planning on doing my filming in the future. I still haven't finished painting the walls and stuff like that, so it'll get better. But anyhow, we are going to be making a bowl today. I'm going to show you how I made this Valentine's Day bowl. And I've got like a swirly thing in the middle, I got some lips inside, it's all about the glitter and confetti. Lots and lots of confetti. So let's get started.
Hey everyone, I wanted to do another bowl project, and this time I wanted to do it with a Valentine's theme. And we're going to do the resin, and if you guys have not seen some of my bowls in the past, you should definitely go check them out. Here is my latest. It was a glitter bowl. So I created this mold myself, and I do have a video for that, and you can watch that to see how I made it, and you can very well make your own, and you can make all kinds of fun bowls with it. But I just have it sitting in the original bowl that I molded, and that just gives it a little stability. And I've already mixed some resin, and it's the Easy Cast resin. You can find that at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Resin Obsession online, and you can certainly find it in other places online as well. But if you want more information about it, go to www.eti-usa.com. I'm going to take my resin, put it into a smaller cup. And I have these little tiny beads, white beads, that I'm going to pour in there, and I have some clear bugle beads. I just poured a bunch in there, and I'm going to mix this around. I'm going to pour this right into the bottom of the mold. So we will let this sit for 12 hours, and then we'll come back. There, now you can see it. I've sprinkled it in there. I'll just let it sit. I'll clean up these edges and kind of push them in there where these kind of went astray.
The first layer has cured, and there it is. And now what I'm going to do, I made some more resin, and I have this foil heart confetti. Hobby Lobby's where I got it, and I'm going to pour some of my resin into a cup, and then I'm going to pour some of this confetti in there as well. I'm going to mix it up real good. It's all mixed, it all seems to be covered. And now what I'm going to do is just pour it in here. Now I have not used confetti in this way before in a bowl, so I don't know if it's going to sink, if it's going to come up. I have no idea. Now this confetti, and I don't know that I've had this happen before, is actually tinting the cup a little bit. So some of the color must be coming off a little bit, but that's okay. So it'll be a little pinkish. That's alright too. I'm actually going to spread it around on the sides a little bit to kind of help it. Now I am going to take my lighter, get rid of some of the bubbles. Now I'm going to take this inner part, and I'm going to gently place it in here. I'm going to spread around the rice so we get a more rounded bowl. Now we're going to let it sit. You can let it sit at least 12 hours before you do the next step. I'm back to work on the next layer of the bowl, and as you can see, kind of, the resin has set, and now I got to do the next layer. I really want to pull it up and see what it looks like, but I'm going to have to resist the urge until I get this next layer on. And this next layer is going to consist of this other confetti, and their hearts, like, and they have little holes in the middle. So I'm going to pour a bunch in here. Oops. Now I'm going to let this sit for a minute, let any bubbles rise to the top, and then I'm going to use a lighter to run over the surface of it real quick here, because I'm going to be very limited with what I can do once I get it in the mold. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully try to pour some of the hearts, and I'm really more going to scoop them out. And the edge obviously is not going to be perfect, because we're going to clean that up later. So I'm going to scoop some of the hearts out. And then I'm going to try to spread them out just a little bit. And I'll go around the whole thing doing the very same thing. Now I don't know how even or uneven I am here, so all I'm going to do now is throw the rice back in. So I'm expecting this next layer to not be real perfect, but we'll see when we pull it off tomorrow. And we'll see what we can do. Okay, are you guys ready to unmold the bowl and see what else we need to do? And here is the bowl so far. I'm going to pull it out and kind of see how it's looking. See, like this is very thin, and since it hasn't, you know, cured for 72 hours, it's still a little flexible. So this is what it looks like so far. So what I'm seeing is I have in certain spots, like you can almost definitely see a line here where the one glitter started and the other stopped. And probably I should have done something a little different, but you know, you don't know that the first time you're trying it. So I am going to try to mask that a little bit, and I'm going to work on the inside. So the inside's going to have a different look than the outside. The outside will be all the hearts and the bottom will be the white beads. And I think I'm just going to do a red glitter on the inside and do another layer, and then I'll thicken everything up a little bit too. I'm ready to work on the next round of the bowl, and I gave it some thought, and what I'm going to do is use a combination of the glitter and the leftover hearts that I have. So I'm going to pour my resin into this cup, and I have some red chunky glitter which I'll throw in there, mix it around, and then I'm going to throw in these leftover hearts. Alright, so I'm going to pour it right in. And I'm going to let it sit for just a couple minutes so I can get rid of most of the bubbles. Right, now I'm going to spread it just a little bit, and I know it's not really going to stay. I'm going to do it just a little bit anyhow. Alright, then I'm going to take my insert and I'm going to squish it in and hope the glitter and other parts all start to come up on the sides, but I really don't know. So we're going to let this sit for 12 hours, and we'll be back to check on how things are going and see if we need to do another layer or anything else. Here's the bowl so far. It's got a pretty matte finish on the outside, and we're going to change that, but first I want to cut it. And here it is on the inside with all the glitter. And I'm going to put on my safety glasses and my mask, because this is going to create quite a bit of dust and I don't want to suck it up. And of course I'm wearing black, so it's about the worst thing I could be wearing. And I have my rotary tool, and I'm going to hold it on the edge of my table, and I'm going to have this sitting on the table, and I'm going to just kind of run it around and hold this very steady so that I get as clean a cut as I can. Okay, now it's done. I'm going to brush off all the mess, and now I got it all over myself too. I might have thought to put an apron or something on, and I might have thought not to wear black, but I didn't. So I'm going to clean this up, and then we'll come back. I have some of these lip stickers left from a previous project, and I'm going to put them inside the bowl. I really don't know how well, I have one in there already. I don't know how well they're going to show up after I put the resin on. I think I'll do 4 of them. So there it is. Now I'm going to paint the resin over the outside and then the inside to finish everything off. I've mixed up some more resin, and now it is time to paint the outside with the resin to make it nice and shiny and kind of start to finish it off. So I have it sitting on a jar, and that's just so that it's raised off of the paper and it won't pool around it. I'm using a disposable paintbrush. Just going to start painting right on the bottom. So then every once in a while come back and just run your brush under the very edge, just to make sure there aren't any drips that are going to deform anything. Otherwise we'll just have to come back and clean it up later but if you can just take care of it now, it will make the rest of it a lot easier. Now I'm planning a little unexpected piece on the inside of the bowl, and I'm going to pour this with the extra resin that I have, and I'm going to put the remaining little seed beads like I had on the bottom in here. I'm going to mix this around real good. And I sprayed this with this mold release by Cast and Craft. And that's all I did to it. I just sprayed it, and now I made this a little thicker than I expected, so I was going to pour it in here, but now I'm going to have to kind of press it in instead. We'll let it all sit for 12 hours, and we'll come back and move on to the next. I'm back to finish off the bowl, and the outside is nice and dry and beautifully sparkly, and here's the inside. And the inside, I was able to pull the swirly thing out of that mold that I made it from, and I did a little clear gel tacky glue to put it in place so it wouldn't move and it wouldn't rise up. And now I prepared more Easy Cast, and I'm just going to brush it on the inside. And the inside pools on the bottom, you know, after I get it all put in here, it ends up pooling on the bottom, so it's really going to give a nice strong bond with the swirl on the bottom, so I won't have to worry about that at all coming up. Then I'm going to take my lighter and run it right across everything, and I will come back and do that a couple of times, especially for the bottom, because I know I'm going to get some bubbles there. So that's it. Let it sit for 12 hours, and then we will come back and check out the final product. And I've got like a swirly thing in the middle, I got some lips inside, it's all about the glitter and confetti.